This year, our youngest Darren, who's in first grade, was a little bit behind in his reading at school, so we thought it would be a great tool to help him maybe get caught up or build additional confidence in his reading skills. So I signed him up. Staying in class for the first hour has helped me help Darren improve on his reading. I've learned some skills that assist me to help Darren learn how to read and to make reading more enjoyable.
When I came to class with Darren, I was very happily surprised about how well he was reading and how confident he was in his reading ability. He felt it was better than I had seen in previous with him, reading with him at home. Just in the class, I think it made him aspire to do better, and I think that he was happy to be here, and he showed, and I think he wanted to show me what he was able to do and show me what progress he's made, so that was great. I think Darren's been having fun in class. It's not just reading the book and answering questions and sounding out words. I think that the way that the class is structured, that they color and they draw and they do different things and they interact with us, which is great. And they get up out of their chair and they, move around, which helps. All of that, I think, in part helps them learn. So I think he's really enjoyed the class.
Darren really loves working in the phonics. He loves CDs. They provide CDs that goes along with the story, with the book. And in fact, he worked on it last night. We popped the CD in, and he sat down there in the living room and opened up his workbook. And he always wants to go 3 or 4 pages ahead, and I have to keep reminding him, don't jump ahead. But he really enjoys working on the workbook. I mean, he'd probably finish it in one night if he could.
Yeah, I know. And he's very independent about it as well. All he wants us to do is press the button to stop it, and he can handle doing the workbook on his own. So he likes that.
It's been real fun to attend a class with Darren. Not only is it time that him and I get to spend together, which is quality time, but again, it's just us sharing something together and seeing him grow. So as a parent, it's really good to be in class because in just 5 weeks, I've seen him grow from not really being that interested in reading to now being interested in reading, as well as displaying confidence, which again, I think that's the biggest thing that I've seen is his confidence level, which has already helped him read better.
I just think the teacher's really great. Our teacher was very enthusiastic and very upbeat, kept the kids interested, kept the class moving, kept everyone in line and focused, and I think that's really important because they're only here for 5 weeks and there's a lot to pack into those 5 weeks, and she did a great job.
I mean, she kept the class fun, although structured. She let the kids, I know it must be difficult trying to teach, a room full of first graders for 2 hours, but she kept the class interactive, which is another thing. They're just not sitting at desks for 2 hours. They acted out stories, which I thought was great, and I know that Darren enjoyed that part as well. The kids running around laughing and having a good time. It really, I think, has challenged Darren now to use his imagination and to make reading fun. And I think that's where the confidence comes from. I think the booklet that was provided is very helpful because it gives us a starting point of where he needs to be. Before we used to go to the library and he'd pick out the books with the best pictures, not necessarily the books he could read.
Right.
And so now that we have a list, it gives us something to go to the library with, so that way when he comes home, it's not just looking at the pictures, it's also reading, which is what we want him to do. I would definitely recommend the class to other people because it gave us the opportunity to give Darren the tools, again, to build his confidence. And I didn't really think of confidence as a big part of reading, but that's the biggest thing I received out of class was giving Darren the confidence to want to pick that book up and to read and not be intimidated. Now he brings us books that he wants to read, opposed to before we used to have to grab the books and say, let's read. Now it's the other way around. He'll bring us books.
Right, he's more of the initiator, so it's good. I'm very satisfied with the program and what they've offered us and Darren especially. I think that he's ready for his path of reading, and we just got his library card yesterday. I think he's very excited and we're going to keep the book list. We're going to keep going with it and try to check off every book on that list.